All right, welcome back to another We Are the Seeds interview. My name is Zachary Julian. I'm from the Hickory Apache Nation. I'm a singer-songwriter. I have a very special guest today. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, jag är Sage Bond Unishet, Izaklan Nishkle, in Death Bash Chin, Tatnazani Dashiche Chishidashinala, Aldo Begashi Betote Nasha. Hello everyone, my name is Sage Bond. I am of the Navajo and San Carlos Apache tribes, and I am here in Cow Springs, living it up during these quarantine times.
Mm. Well, it's so good to finally meet you. Our paths have crossed many times, and it's nice to finally have a voice, a conversation voice that I can hear and talk to.
Yeah, thank you for reaching out, and so grateful for this opportunity.
Yes, you're. I've interviewed quite a few musicians now, and you're brought up um, a few times of how influential you are, especially to the female group. Because one of the conversations we have is how this industry is more male dominant, and but the and we're talking about how to inspire the female youth and how to motivate them and say they have a voice as well. So it's really interesting and nice to finally meet you and to
Yeah,
get it to
yeah.
get into your head. So what is it musically first that inspires you to write and create such rawness and emotion in your music?
Well, I grew up in a musical family, and I had this one assignment. This is like totally off, but I had this one assignment in second grade where it asked, like, what job do you want, or what job do you want in the future? And I put, like, I want to be a professional musician on stage.
Nice.
And, like, I already knew I wanted to do that when I was small. My mom's a singer, my dad played guitar, and my grandpa
Oh wow.
loved Elvis, and he played guitar too and harmonica. So I was surrounded by like a lot of good oldies music and classic rock, heavy metal, good R&B music, and I just picked it up along the way.
Yeah.
I was very shy, nervous, and I still am that
Hmm.
shy kid. Um, when I started singing, it was just like I wouldn't let anyone hear me. I'd try to like sing really soft and quiet, and that's where I found like the falsetto voice. And then I really wanted to do heavy metal. That was the music that stood out to me the most, which was thrash metal.
Yeah.
And I realized there was not much of like female representation in
Mm-mm.
metal, and all the musicians I looked up to were guys.
Yeah.
Until I heard this one band called Arch Enemy with the singer Angela
Oh.
Lasso, and she did the Cookie Monster vocals. And I don't think a lot of people know this about me, but I started singing through the Cookie Monster vocals first. That's the first way I learned how to sing before singing like clean and pretty
Mhm.
and stuff. So
Yeah. It's
yeah.
funny that you bring up like Elvis. I always remember my grandpa had these like horrible like velvet posters of Elvis on his wall. They were just atrocious, but he loved them. He loved them, and I love Elvis too. I mean, the attitude, the swagger he had. So when it comes to performing, you're talking how you're shy, and I've learned I'm very shy too when I perform, and it's a persona. And we always talk about how there's always this 3 to 10 minute gap when you first get on that stage, when you're just like, oh my god, these people, why am I doing this? These people aren't going to listen to me. And then that mask gets put on, and then you become Sage Bond, that the people know, that people resonate with, that vigor, um so what kind of music are you listening to now? Like what is something that people you can share with people that's influencing you right now?
Well, some bands I'm really digging right now are like in the black metal and death metal genre of, and there's Dissection and Uada.
Oh yeah.
And I always go back to Iron Maiden, of course. My favorite band right now, bands, are Satyricon and Coroner.
Hmm.
Coroner has that super fast thrash metal thing going on, so that's like my favorite.
That's awesome.
And I've always like wanted to learn like be a lead guitarist, but I just don't have that skill yet.
Hmm.
My fingers won't do the thing, especially my pinky. And um, yeah, and then I picked up rhythm guitar and putting the I did put it together. I think the first song I learned was "Seek and Destroy" by
Yeah.
Metallica. Um, and then I joined country band. It's like way total different side of the
No,
music.
combining genres is essential and very important in music. I was talking to Jacob, um, not Jacob, Sage Cornelius. I started in a metal band. I was a lead singer in a metal band. Um, yeah, my bands were like DRI, Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, Suicidal Tendencies. Got more into like Cradle of Filth was kind of where I like drew the line for me. I was like, I like it, I like it, but it's I want to hear a song where he sings, actually sings. Uh,
Yeah,
but that
that's
was
my
just
mom.
what do your parents think about what you do?
They're very supportive.
Good.
My mom loves singing and she loves music so much, and she's been like the greatest support, major influence on my music taste. And she, even when I started incorporating like the Cookie Monster voice into my original songs now, she loves those songs also.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
of my songs sounds like familiar to like a pop song that I don't know, or she's like a great momager also.
yeah.
Looks
Good.
out for me. And my grandma, she doesn't love my Cookie Monster voice. She kind of, I took her to one of my shows and she was like, "Why do you have to do that?" Like, it's because it's metal. I love it, Grandma. And yeah, but they support me in like still even
That's good.
through
Yeah.
my scary music.
My mother, when it came to my metal, was not into it at all. But she was there. She was with the crowd. Everybody's in black and the jewelry, but she's like, "Yay!" Um, it's very important. Supporting one another, especially close knit communities like with Native Americans. We got to be there for each other. I mean, we really do. Um, so, is there any sort of advice for upcoming Native American musicians, singers, performers who are picking up the mic and screaming into it for the first time? We were discussing how much there's a lot of angst on reservations because you're there, and there's a lot of metal bands. There's a big underground metal scene in Native American communities, and it's freaking amazing and awesome. There's so many talented individuals. But is there any advice to the younger youth, especially the female Native Americans who are shy like us, who need to understand that we are people too, but there's the stage persona and there's the individual. Is there any advice you have for them coming up with their new musicians?
Well, from what I experienced through all the different genres I've played, especially as a female musician, is that I've had to earn respect from
Yeah.
a lot of the male musicians I've come across. Um, there wasn't like, there's been times where I'll come on the stage and they're like, "Where's the band?"
Mm,
Like, I am the band. I'm here. This
I
is
know that feeling.
and they yeah, it's like get the cold shoulder sometimes, but my advice is to just not give up. Don't be discouraged. Don't ever let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. I've had people tell me like what I should wear on stage,
Oh man.
the accessories I need, and tell me what type of music I should and shouldn't play. And um, no,
Yeah.
like I play what I like. I play what I love. This is a part of me that I get to share with everyone
Yes.
and release and heal myself also through the songs I write. And if I listened to those people, I don't think I would be the person, the musician I am today, holding back
Hmm.
my potential, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly how to think about it. Make music on your terms. It's essential as an artist. Um, no, it's very inspiring. When I was interviewing Renata Yazi, who's a pianist. We went to the same university,
Nice.
and we were talking about the importance of practice and the importance of combining genres. Um, when it comes to when you're composing music, do you start out with an idea? Are you just playing guitar and you're like, oh, that's cool, I want to go there? Or do you just let the music explore itself, or do you put a sail on it and kind of direct it?
Well, there's all different. There's no wrong way to write music. Um, for me, I like to start on the guitar and make up riffs here and there, and then I'll come up with like a melody, and later I'll write the lyrics.
Yeah.
I let the song like form into itself and tell me where to go. That sounds so cheesy, but
No, it's
um,
exactly, that's amazing. Yeah.
yeah. And some days I'll get like a chorus, not a chorus line, but like a chorus will just come to me.
Yeah.
That sounds weird again, but um,
No, it's like the way I always thought of it was like sticky music. Like if it sticks to the wall, I'm like, that's it.
yeah,
That's where I'm going. Um,
yeah. So
when it comes to the hardest thing for me as a singer songwriter are the lyrics. That's where I spend most of my time. I like telling stories. When you write your music, is the emotion more important, or is the story more important, or do you merge them together so people can? There's this nice balance between the heart and the mind.
um, I'm not a very like expressive person when I talk. Yeah, um, I'm very calm
Mm.
and chill. I'm not like super in your face
Yeah.
about things. But with my music, I like to express my emotions through the way the guitar sounds.
Mm.
Through maybe like slow finger picking melodies or like really fast just strumming. Hopefully the strings don't break, like that type of strumming.
It's the
um,
worst. It's the
yeah,
worst.
and I when I write, it's like I'm opening up to myself, so I'm being vulnerable with myself and also learning new things that I didn't know, things that are back in like my subconscious that
Yeah.
either they're like bugging me or they need to get out, and instead of like suppressing all these emotions and junk. So it's been a healthy outlet for me.
Yeah.
Dealing with like anxiety and depression
Mm.
for forever. I mean, it's like it has its good and bad days,
Yeah.
but
It's
music really
taxing.
helps. Yeah.
With we were talking about the instrument. I like talking to musicians like you who understand that the instrument is a part of you. We morph our bodies to perform our instrument the way we want to make it sound, and it becomes an extension of ourselves. And a lot of people don't realize that. The instrument and the way you perform it and the way you sing along with it is essential. You can't just get up there and willy-nilly it. And it is a very healthy outlet. Art is a very healthy outlet. I have depression and don't really have much anxiety, but depression is crazy rampant. And when I released an album, it was the first time I had to let go, because I realized my entire life was now out for the public to
Yeah.
just analyze. But the thing I've learned is people subject themselves to it through their perspective. So they're not looking at it through your lens. It's you. And as musicians, as artists, we're so particular. We want things to sound a certain way, but it doesn't matter. It's a very interesting difference between the artist and the person. And I'm not putting down the person. I'm just saying the conversations we have. and how we connect to each other is through art. Um,
Yes.
so I like that you're laid back and calm, and you're easily approachable, and can have a conversation about stuff like this when it comes to depression, anxiety. Um, so yes, but thank you very much. I'll go ahead and wrap up the interview now. Is there anything you'd like to promote? We're going to put some links to your socials. Is there anything you'd like to talk about that you're working on right now?
Um, First of all, thank you.
Yeah, of
This has
course.
been like a super fun interview.
Good.
Right now I'm working on like writing for my third album. My first and second album are out on the first one's on Reverb Nation, and then
Oh,
the
nice.
second one is like everywhere. That one's called Prisoner. And my third one is slowly rolling along, a little snowball.
Take your
Gonna
time.
gather more songs for that. So yeah, it's best to stay. Well, it's really hard to stay productive
Yes.
through these times. The motivation, especially being in school now too, and
Yeah,
everything's online as a music student. That's like
that's
really
tricky.
annoying because the lessons are supposed to be in person. But it's been
Yeah,
fun. There's been a lot of progress made this year, and I'm super thankful for my family. I'm really proud of like how we all come together for music and for our like we all share the same
yeah, yeah.
passion, I guess. And
It's good to see that.
yeah, and my band Lozen is we just got
That's right.
signed. So yeah, thank you. We are signed to Rock Avenue Records. We're working on an album also, so we'll be
I'm
getting
so
that out
excited for you.
soon.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, I'll
all
go ahead
sorts
and.
of other things too.
Oh, I have a question for you. When you were, I was watching some of your videos to kind of try to get into your head before we did the interview. Um, I was watching the one you did at Gathering Nations. What was going through your mind when the camera guy was like right there?
Oh
Like,
my gosh, that was so. I
you did great
Yeah.
though. Like, you
I
didn't
mean,
show
it's
anything.
always a great opportunity to be a part of the gathering and
Oh,
perform on stage 49 and in the arena for a bunch of people, so many people, and yeah, I get really nervous sometimes. I forget like where I'm at.
yeah.
um, but there's this one part in the Gathering of Nations video where I like spaced out and then I look at my face up on the big old jumbotron screen and then I see my face and it's like super round.
No,
I'm
it's
like,
not.
oh, and then I just laugh at myself and then I
That's
forgot. Oh yeah, like I'm
that's
supposed to be performing and like you always want to like when you go up on stage you want to be cool and like be that
uh,
awesome performer and entertain everyone, but I'm so there's been shows where I don't know how what to do with my hands and they just keep going
yep.
up or just anywhere and I'm super awkward. I'm still learning. I got this one cool like I'll bring my hand up sometimes and just belt out. So that's a thing I got going.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you, was that something that the art side just came out, or was that something you're like, no, I'm gonna put my hand up, and then, or
I
was it
mean,
you went back, you watched the video, and you're like, why is my hand up?
yeah, it was one time like the first time I played The Gathering where I noticed my hand like went out when I was singing
That's
Janis
awesome.
Joplin song and I was like, huh, that looks pretty cool. I just gotta like remember to do it like intentionally this time.
No, it looks awesome. It's a
Yeah,
great,
thank
yeah.
you.
It it's so hard as a musician watching yourself perform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I cringe all the
Oh.
time, but um, the most nervous like I get is until after I get off stage when the adrenaline's rushing and
Mm.
people are coming up to me and like, we loved your song, and I'm like everything's just shaking,
Yeah.
everything's loud again. Um, yeah, but it's great.
Mm.
I love it. It's exciting and can't wait to do it again.
Yes. Yes.
Hopefully soon. Um, Yeah, I have a
Yeah,
couple of shows coming up through like this type of the Zoom thing
the
or like
Zoom.
the
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll probably post about those.
Excellent. Like I said, I'll put your information in the description so people can kind of find where you're at and follow you along. But thank you so much for being here for We Are the Seeds. Yeah, it's another great
Yeah,
interview.
thank you.
Sage
Thank you for
Bond.
having
Yes.
me.
Yes, of course. Of course. You have a good day. Yeah.
You too. Thank you.
No problem.